Hello, and welcome to the Nate Stories Podcast, episode 10. Yeah, we're here. We made it. 10 episodes. Double digits. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. Together. You and me. You and me, the one listener this podcast has. And that one listener is just me later listening to this podcast again. So it's really... This podcast is a message of me to myself, to the future, sending messages from the past. Yeah, you hear that, me? So get back to work. Stop listening to yourself. Me. I'm great at this talking to myself thing. Yeah, what's going on this week? No guest this week. I'm planning on bringing Dan back, maybe for next week's, and having him tell some more stories, and Giorgio, and got some other people that I'm looking to bring on, for some good times. Hopefully I'll bring them here into my room, so then we can actually have this microphone so it sounds a little better rather than doing it over Skype. Or, yeah, maybe figuring out another way, maybe using a studio, whatever. Because this is my United States of whatever. So, next animation that I'm planning on putting on this channel, I am slowly now shifting to the cleanup phase of the video, which means the main character animation is done, the sound design is done, weirdly, this one. We did the voices first, and then the sound effects, so it's all being animated. Usually what I'll do is I'll do the voiceovers at the beginning, and then I'll animate the video around that, but then later on re-record things and set up timing and add sound effects. But in this video's case, it's actually done before, and then we're animating to, I am animating to this pre-existing audio track. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to be done come the end of this month, which means I'm not going to make my goal of releasing a new cartoon every 2 months. But it should be done by September, and I'm going to jump into another animation. I don't know if it's going to be a longer one or a shorter one. Let me know what you prefer. In fact, now, with the release of this next animation, there'll be 3 different video styles on this channel. So then, leave a comment about what you like most. Basically, it's the candy corn incident is me inserting myself, or me telling the story in a short, kind of a long formish 2 minutes thing. Then Cat is a short version of me telling a story, which really is just me telling a joke. And then this next video is me inserting myself into a story, so it's not narrated. But yeah, enough about that. Let's talk about things. This week we got no guests, no subject. It's just me rambling. It's just you and me shooting the. I don't want to curse, but shooting the shoes. Yeah. Why did cowboys shoot shoes? I mean, I don't. Okay. So that imagery of the cowboy shooting, dance, and then they shoot the shoes and the person dances. I mean, there's no way, unless they're the Flash dancing with their feet moving so fast that they'd not be able to get shot. The instant they shot a bullet, it would hit the shoes, and then the people wouldn't be able to dance. It just defeats the purpose. That's just not how you get people to dance. You get people to dance by outlawing dance in their town and saying, nobody can dance. And if I see any of you dancing, you're in trouble. You hear me? You hear me, you dang kids? Okay. What a tangent. Yes, I did. No comments, no nothing this week. I did write down a couple of notes for me to go over. One of them was, okay, all right. So there's a question that people ask, and it's a trick question. The question is, how are you? And it's a social thing. But if you don't want to, let's say you're having a bad day and you don't want to talk about it, you just have to lie. The question encourages you to lie. And even if you say that, most people don't want to hear about it. It's just like a courtesy thing. It's not about what's being said, it's just the fact that it's being said. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that is the point of it. I mean, I guess it's not a useless question. Why does animation love dinosaurs so much? One of the first animated movies with keyframes was Gertie the Dinosaur, and ever since then it just seems like animators just love bringing dinosaurs to life. What is it with dinosaurs? Kids love dinosaurs. Godzilla is kind of like a dinosaur. You know, a movie I tried to watch again? Cloverfield. Have you heard of Cloverfield? It's that found footage movie, but a monster attacks New York. I just was skipping around to the monster parts, and the people they like had a silly story where we were following these characters being silly and stupid because it was just horror movie. Yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't actually recommend it. Although I wish somebody should put together an edit where it's just the monster segments and just them running away and going around the city as it's like falling apart. That's the cool stuff. All the other character building they try to do, I don't want that. It was like filler. It was wasting space. Yeah, that was my notes. That's all we got. So I come up with cartoon ideas frequently, and I'm always disappointed that I can only make a very small amount of them. When I have a cartoon idea, I'll usually write it down wherever I am. Nowadays it's on my phone. It's like in the notes thing. I'll just write it down, and then the next day I'll expand on it because that overnight thing, you whenever I come up with a new idea, I'm always like, this is the greatest idea I've ever had. And then the next day it's usually like, this is not good. Then if tissues could talk, it would not be an interesting video. They would just be really annoyed and kind of snotty. How many listeners did I just lose my one listener of me in the future listening to this? Hey, I was making that up. This is improv on the fly, man. This is what it sounds like when you bomb on stage, except the stage is my room and a microphone and yeah. But when I have it in that early stage, basically it's because right now I'm coming up with a bunch of videos, because as I'm entering this final stage, I want to be able to jump into my next project right away. So I want to have the audio and all this stuff ready to go. And for basically that 24-hour period, I have an idea that I think is fantastic, and then when I sit down to expand on it, I'm like, it's really not. I wonder if that's common. And then it's like, where do these ideas come from? They're usually like little what-if thoughts that I have throughout the day. But yeah, I feel like feels like it just comes from a part of my brain. Yeah, still got a minute and a half to go, 2 minutes to go. I can't do math. Math is pretty weird. Let me tell you about math. 2 plus 2 is 4. I got nothing. Cookies are cool, but I don't know how humanity came up with the idea to make a cookie. The recipe is so random. Flour, eggs, sugar, chocolate chips. Well, who decided to come up, just mix all of that and bake it? They had to have ovens. The evolution of the cookie. Is there a movie about that? That I would watch that. And they should serve cookies while we watch it. If it's not on I'm going to produce it. I'm going to hire a documentary filmmaker, and we're just going to go around and eat cookies and make the movie about how cookies evolved to exist as they are today. It's probably a really simple answer. Probably started off as crackers. Crackers are another thing that's really... What are crackers even made of? Saltines? Saltines or salt? Yeah, I got nothing this week. Yeah, Yeah. Oh, and just past that 10-minute mark. Well, I hope this was an engaging way to spend 10 minutes of your day. I'll see you all next week. Oh, I missed the button. Okay, I'll see you all next week.